Well, hello, fire signs. Welcome to Timsy Naked Tarots. Sorry, it's a little bit late. It should have been sort of closer to the beginning of the month, but it is what it is. All my reads are timeless, so when you actually get them is the start of when you need them. Okay, so we are doing a monthly overview for you today. Okay, don't worry about Timsy's Naked Tarots. It's just a title after all. I'm not naked. The tarot reader's naked. So there you go, that's just got that cleared up as well. It will be a general read, which basically means I'll be reading for more than one person, which means it may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Next month's one might, or so might the weekly ones, because they might not necessarily tie into these. Quite simply put, I might have a certain core of viewership who follow the monthly ones and don't really bother with the weekly ones, and I might have others who follow the weekly ones and not bother with the monthly ones. So it could be a read not for you, but the weekly ones might, so still check them out. Also share this out because you might be being used as a divine messenger. Yes, I might sound quiet, but that's because I've still got my son staying over and he's still fast asleep. So I thought, while he's asleep and not occupying my time, I will get a tarot readout. For those of you who are regular viewers, you will know the setup, you will know the deal. For those of you who are new, basically we will get one card out of there for the overall energy of the month. We'll split the deck, get a couple of clarifiers from that split for that overall energy, and then I'll get 5 cards out of there, one representing each week of the month, and the last card being the end of January going into February. Out of there we'll get the clarifiers. All the decks have been pre-shuffled, so we'll just go straight in with the top card from that one, which is the 7 of Cups. Apparently you have choices. I know it is obvious. You have choices all the time, okay? But this month you are going to have more choices than normal. Choices in work, choices in love, choices in life. Yeah, not just your mundane run of the day every week choices. These are a little bit more in-depth choices. Okay, some of these choices will be about the truth of things, finding out the truth of things, realizing the truth of things, but not necessarily acting on those truths just yet. And justice. Okay, those truths you are finding out could possibly be putting the world to rights for you. Okay, so let's just give these a little bit of a shuffle, and then we'll get the weekly energies out from here. And there we go. Right. So for the first week of January, some of you might have already be feeling this, and again, we're all on different timelines, so this might actually be like the 3rd week for some of you, this might have been last week for some of you, but we are feeling emotionally fulfilled, we are feeling content. The 10 of Cups, like every 10 in the tarot, is an indication of a new beginning coming somewhere. Okay, that new beginning can be absolutely any sort of beginning. The 7 of Swords is, well, it is traditionally seen as a card of treachery or theft or sneakiness, but it could be a card of tactics as well. In some pictures, it's literally someone stealing swords from a battle encampment. Well, tactically, he's trying to not have the battle in the first place by robbing them of their arms. Okay, yes, it's still theft, it's still robbing, but it's a tactical ploy. And that's what I feel with this particular 7. You may have to be using aggressive tactics, so to speak, to get your point across and things like that. So we got the 7 of Cups again coming out for the 3rd week of the month. Again, this is where all your choices come in. Yes, perhaps you have stolen someone's ammunition against you. And now that's opened up a whole load of choices for you to deal with. How do I justify what I've done is one choice. What do I do with what I may have stolen is another choice. And I know it's making it sound like you're some sort of crook or criminal, fire signs, but it's just, it could literally be, for instance, well, here's an example. Yeah, perhaps someone has some incriminating photos of you in indecent positions on a bed with no clothes or something like that. And they may be blackmailing you that they're going to post it all over social media. They're going to post it to your parents, your partner, your children, whatever it may be. And, well, the way you rob them of this blackmailing power is, well, you take matters into your own hands. You go to your partner or your parents or possibly your children. I'm kind of hoping your children are actually sort of old enough to comprehend all this. And you explain the situation. I was out, I was partying, I got drunk, possibly drugged, ended up in a situation I didn't want to be in. They got evidence of it, and or maybe you did want to be in it at the time. That's beside the point. And then you explain the situation to them and explain that they're trying to get money out of you for whatever, and you're now nipping it in the bud. You're taking away the power from them to blackmail you. Okay, so yes, it might have sounded like I was calling you a thief or whatever, but you could be just stealing someone else's leverage, so to speak. Right, 4th week. Well, it's quite nice. It's a new start we were talking about. I said up here, the 10 would indicate a new start. The 4 of Wands is a new start. It's the minor arcana of the world. So it's not just a new start. It's quite a big new start. It's bigger than aces, but smaller than the world. Okay, it is all about celebrations and commitment as well. Could be marriage for some of you. It could be commitment to a new job or a new relationship. For all of you, though, it'll be feeling comfortable within those choices you've made. These choices up here, you're happy with them. Okay, it's the commitment to those choices you've made on the 3rd week. It's feeling comfortable within your own self and your own surroundings. And for the last week of the month going into February, you've got the Chariot card. The Chariot card is all about victory against the odds. Okay, taking that whole blackmailing situation into account with that 7, well, those 2 7s actually. It is a victory against the odds. You probably thought by coming clean with whoever it may affect, it's could have backfired. You could have broken up, but you're not. You're getting the victory. Everything's good. Okay, it is also a card of a forward movement, which is sort of saying anything from this 7 of Swords up here in the middle of the month, which was holding you back, is now out of your way. The blockages are gone, and you can carry on moving forward with your life however you want to. Okay, let's get some cards out, some clarifiers out for these cards. See if we can get a little bit more detail on. I have got a poll up today about doing my videos. I've had a little bit of feedback from mainly friends from work and things, saying that my videos are too long. Okay, so I'm thinking of breaking my videos into 2 parts. Like this part, which would just be like the surface energy of a read. And then the second part, which will be when I start doing the clarifiers, which is where I get in a little bit more in deep and things. And yeah, it starts to take a little bit longer. There you go. Look, it's like, this would have been a nice 9-minute video if I stopped it here and said, follow the links for the clarifications. But I think on my monthly reads, I can get away with doing my clarifications as I go, because they normally only end up being about 15-20 minutes long anyway. Okay, so this 10 of Cups, there is a juggling of energy. There's a juggling of situations, possibly people, possibly, I don't know, 2 different ways of thinking, or maybe 3 or 4. Maybe there's more than 2. There is the indication of lots of different things going on at once. So it could be lots of different people you were juggling with this 10 of Cups. Remember, the 10 of Cups is like an ultimate fulfillment, or what you think like the perfect life should be, or something like that. Now, if you're juggling people, that means, well, are you trying to satisfy everyone? Are you trying to keep everyone happy at the cost of yourself? With the Three of Swords coming out, I'm going to say yes. I'm not actually going to say there's going to be heartbreak and breakups for you in this. It's just literally you are hurting yourself. You want 10 cups. You want complete happiness. You want ultimate fulfillment emotionally. But because you were juggling these people, these lots of different situations, you're juggling work, you're juggling your partner, you're juggling your parents, you're juggling your children. When you, I'm a prime example of this, when you juggle everyone and try to make everyone happy, A, you suffer, you don't become happy. You're doing everything for everyone else. And B, none of them are actually satisfied either, because they feel that they're not getting 100% off you because you're giving to other situations quite just as much as you're giving to theirs. So crossing this is Temperance. It's a card of being patient, taking your time. Possibly with that Ten of Cups is coming in time, but you're going to have to learn how to manage all the different factors in your life better. Okay, and again, that will come with time. Take some time out and of trying to satisfy everyone, and just think about who actually does need satisfying and who don't. Let's just say your partner, for example. Well, they're a big person. There was life before you. There'll be life after you, and put the ball in their court. Say, look, I can't commit to you like I was committing. Yeah. I got to commit to myself a little bit. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a husk of a person you once fell in love with. Yeah. Take some time out for yourself. That's week one. Take some time out for yourself. Find what you want as some sort of emotional fulfillment, and then work from there. Okay. Right. This Seven of Swords. Oh, well, this Seven of Swords is the commitment. Okay. And it's the Death. Right. Okay. So what you saw as commitment, what you saw as a new start, what you saw as what you were comfortable in, you're not anymore. That has died, and something else is replacing it. I think with the realization of whatever your Ten of Cups was, yeah, is not. Perhaps you were cheated on. That card, that Seven of Swords, could indicate that. Perhaps you were cheated on and you found out, and that's realised it should be the Wands. It's the Four of Wands. It's the Four of Spears in this deck. If you're interested in the deck, it's the Game of Thrones deck. You can just Google it, find it. But it's kind of like that want of marriage, that want of life is dead, it's done, it's over, it's died. There's a new way of thinking, a new way of living coming to the forefront. And as I said here with the Ten of Cups, there is a new beginning. This card here is also a new beginning. So in the second week, you're sort of waking up to the realization of what you had isn't what you want anymore, and what you want is something different. Crossing this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about spiritual understanding. It's about religious understanding. Perhaps you're not happy with your religion and you are now looking for a new form of expressing yourself religiously or spiritually. Perhaps you've just woken up and realized, well, this isn't right. This isn't what life is all about. Life isn't all about just going to work and getting paid. I need a little something in there for me, a little oomph, a little bit of passion, what I want, a little bit of love, a little bit of self-love. And that's where love starts. And you've got to learn to love yourself before you can truly love anyone else. Right, okay, let's see what the third week is all about. Okay, so the Seven of Cups. Oh God, the universe always pukes on one of these reads, doesn't it? Right. Okay, your third week. Your choices. And it does make sense that I got a dump load of cards here because it's all about choices. Your choices. We got working with someone on something. We got love. We've got overthinking situations, okay? We got passionate new beginnings. How many have I got here? I've got 4. We've got having to make choices. There are choices to be made then, and it's just backing up. These are the choices. The justice, that's one of the cut cards we had, okay? You want in your balance, your right. The wheel of fortune, you want things better than what you've got at the moment, and you want, well, happiness, joy, security, okay? So within the 3rd week, you're going to have a busy 3rd week of January. And remember, timelines and all that, you are all on a slightly different one. Otherwise, it would be a very congested stop sign. Okay, all these energies are just literally stop signs in the universe. We all pass them at slightly different times. Imagine we are all driving cars. We don't all get to the same junction at the same time. Otherwise, there'll be carnage. So we got wanting to work with someone on something. This could be love. It's something you have been thinking about lots and lots and lots, but you've never really made a conclusion on it. You want a passionate new beginning, and again, this is spurring off this 10 over there. And it is also indicating what is this new beginning coming. You've got to make the choice. You've got to put something down and pick something up with that 2 of spears. Justice is, you feel imbalanced at the moment. Okay, so during all these choices and things you have to make, you are going to feel completely out of kilter, completely off balance. You're going to be probably taking risks on long shots where you think it might come in, it might not, and things like that. But the wheel of fortune is in your favour. The energies are ripe for you to be doing all this. Otherwise, this energy wouldn't come out there. I think there's a saying that God gives battles to only those he knows who will actually cope with it. Okay, so anything you face, the universe feels that you can cope with it. You might not be able to in the 3D, but in your soul, in the 5D, yeah, you can breeze it. And the sun, ultimately, you are looking for happiness, okay, on the 3rd week. Crossing it all is the 4 of coins. Well, the 4 of coins is about greed, is about saving, it's about fear. Primarily, it's about fear of losing what you already have. Fear of losing what you've been putting on one side for a rainy day. But it is also using what you've put on one side for a rainy day. Okay, January is going to be a rainy day for you, or a rainy week for you. There's going to be lots of ups and downs, lots of, well, I can put on that, I can grab some not necessarily finances or anything, but maybe some emotional support from there, and I can pull this in from here, and I can talk to them over there, and it is all, I feel it's more of a shake-up of everything financial to you, everything practical to you. Okay, and I do have this weird view on finance and things. Finance is more than just money. Okay, yes, that's how most of the world sees finance. It is just money. But when you have a massive group of people who can emotionally support you, yeah, you are then sort of kind of like emotionally rich. And that is finance in a way. You can exchange one person's emotional support for your well-being. And then when you are better, you can then pay them back with your emotional support when they need it. Okay, this 4 of Wands, this happiness and this new commitment you were looking for after you've realised that this old commitment is not for you. It's a little bit, you are looking a little bit financially. You're looking for something that can back you up financially in your new beginning, as well as something stable and grounded and built on a good foundation. With the King of Swords, bearing in mind we did have the Queen of Swords in the pre-cut, this is probably that part of the pre-cut, yeah, the first half of this 7 of Cups was probably the first half of the month. The second half of it is we had, I can't remember what it was, but it's come out here somewhere. Probably, I can't remember. It came out on the crossing card there, I think. It's the second part of the month. And that's what the King of Swords is now saying. That Queen has elevated up to the King. Yes, we know the truths. Yes, we know which direction we have to go in. And we're actually going to take that action and do it. Culminating in forward movement. And we got the Temperance again. This is now, from what you've learned from the beginning of the month, you're going to start implementing in the end of the month, moving on to the new month. Okay, it is literally a direct link back to that first week, that juggling, that what you thought was real, what you thought was happiness and joyful and emotionally fulfilling, and actually waiting and seeing what it really is. Right, so they're the last couple of clarifiers coming out for the Chariot. So we've got the 9 of Wands, or spears in this particular, well, it's all spears. Okay, so it's all Wands, very passionate. Your Chariot, which we can't see anymore, it's something you've been very defensive about. It's something you've had locked away. You've had a wall up against, okay? And that Chariot may be breaking through that wall. It may be driving on and driving you past all that defense, literally ploughing through all those people in front of you, all those spears that are placed in your way. The 6 of Spears is, well, it's victory. Actually, it's victory literally right on top of the victory against all odds card. Okay, but the 5 of Spears is conflicts. So the end of January going into February, you will be feeling like you are getting victories over your own inner demons, your own conflicts, okay, which you have had locked away for quite a long time with that 9 of Spears as well. Crossing it all is the 8 of Cups movement. It's pretty much the culmination of everything else what happens in the month. The realization of where you are and what you're in is not what you want. The wake up of what I'm in and what I've been committing to is over, and I want to start something new with the Death card. All the choices of everything you want to start new, all these choices are all culminating into one thing, which is ultimately your happiness and your joy. Okay, with that sun out at the end there. Yeah, so week over it, the realization of the truths and taking action on those truths, and then crossing it all is, fine, I'm actually going to take the action. We've got the action card of the Chariot, which was the general surface energy of it, and now we've got the 8 of Cups. Well, the 8 of Cups, it is a bit of a free will card. It's a minor arcana, but it is still movement away. So some of you may be literally moving places. Some of you may be just like moving away from a situation or taking yourself out of a situation. But the ultimate goal is you are moving towards something you do want, something that does make you happy, which is January in a nutshell for you. The realization that what you have, you don't like, and what you want will make you happy. Okay, so that is your read, fire signs. Hopefully throughout the month it will resonate with you. If it does, fantastic. Please like, subscribe, share and comment. It helps my channel no end. Even if you just take 30 seconds after this video and hit that thumbs up button, the more people who do that, the more my channel gets seen by the algorithm and seen then by other people. Comments if you want. If it pans out as I've sort of like foresaw it, then drop me a comment. I'd love to know when I've hit the nail on the head or not. It just gives my ego a little rub. Okay, share it out, because obviously again sharing it out helps the algorithms pick me out of all the other tarot readers out there and helps other people get these messages. So thank you very much, and I will catch you all later on as I start doing the weekly overviews.